to Earstravagant Adventures. I'm your host, Rachel, alongside Katie.
Hi.
Here to whisk you away on another thrilling journey through the magical realms of Disney, Universal, and beyond. Happy early Thanksgiving, everyone.
Yay.
We hope you are feeling full and happy and thankful like we are for you. And to get us in the holiday spirit, now that we can really talk about Christmas, let's talk about all things holiday at the Disney parks. But first, thank you to our sponsor, Alonzi Travel, the ultimate family theme park experts. Planning theme park trips can be overwhelming, but Alonzi Travel is here to make it stress-free. With their years of experience, they're your lightning lane to hassle-free travel. They handle all the details, allowing you to focus on having fun with your loved ones. Whether you dream of Hogwarts or a snow-covered Disneyland, they've got it covered. Tailoring the trip to your family's needs, visit alonzi-travel.com/take the trip for a magical adventure. Speaking of snow-covered, did you see Disneyland in Paris in snow?
Yes, I did. And I'm not an overly emotional girly. Neither one of us are. Like, we are very much, business and, but like I cried. I cried at that video. Like, I showed my husband and I had like a little tear and he's like, "What's wrong with you?" I'm like, "That is the most magical thing I've ever seen in my life." And I would do anything to be there right now.
Yeah, it snows at Disneyland Paris at least once a year. You'll get to see that's not AI. That is actually happening live in front of your face. It's amazing. I think it's also happened at Hong Kong. Yeah, so if you want a truly, not fake, but if you want a truly snow-covered Disney experience, Disneyland Paris is the way to go. Now, we're not going to talk about those holiday offerings because we personally haven't experienced them. And honestly, most of our clients don't travel internationally for the holidays. They travel domestically for the holidays. So today we're going to focus on Disneyland and Walt Disney World. But I would be remiss if I didn't mention you can actually see a snow-covered Disneyland Paris. That's a real thing.
It was like the big, white, fluffy, real snow, which really excites us because we are Southerners. And that's not something we get often,
Well, I think anyone thinks that that's magical, though, especially like if you don't have to clean it up,
Oh, yeah.
So. Yeah. But oh my gosh, a little small tangent, but the photographer I follow and that has done photo shoots for me in Paris, he was posting videos of the shoots he was doing while it was snowing, and I'm like, oh my God.
Oh. But like that's such a hard
new
thing
bucket list item unlocked.
Yeah, but how do you recreate it? Because it's not like you can be like, well, you could go all the way to Paris and there will be no snow.
It's like Northern Lights, you may or may not get them. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But let's talk about snow you can predict.
Yay.
Starting with decorations at the parks and resorts. So we get asked all the time, how early can you see Christmas at Disneyland and Disney World? And it is different. So Katie, tell us for Disney World.
Walt Disney World, they are actually going to start putting up some decorations Halloween night. Like, they will start Halloween night, and over, I would say November 1st, 2nd, and 3rd is going to be the transitional period, with most things being up by the 4th and the 5th and all the decorations being up. I have a lot of people who like to travel on this week specifically, like check in October 30th, have 2 days of Halloween, and then watch the Christmas transformation, which that's a bucket list trip for me. I haven't done that trip. I would like to see the transformation. You have, correct?
I accidentally did it. So this past Wine and Dine weekend happened to be Halloween. Oh, well, the Halloween transition. So we were at Walt Disney World November 30th, Magic Kingdom on November 30th, and
you mean
October 30th.
Yeah,
October 30th.
Both did it.
And it was all fall, which I love. And then we went back on November, I think we were there November 1st. And it was the only thing that wasn't done was the Christmas tree. Yeah. But everything else was up. So like the garland and everything. But the tree is really what makes it. However, so the parks are usually done by like November 5th. The resorts aren't done until closer to like November 15th with like the gingerbread displays and their massive Christmas trees. But really, to me, the full holiday experience doesn't start until Festival of the Holidays starts at EPCOT.
Agreed. Agreed. And
Yeah.
I also think that if you are like me and you have done a trip after Festival of the Holidays is over, so you still have the decorations, you still have all the stuff, but Festival of the Holidays is finished because it is the shortest festival, you are missing a piece of it. Like I have
Yeah.
not gotten to experience Festival of the Holidays because we did not travel until after Christmas Day.
Yeah.
For those of you that don't know, my kids wake up every Christmas morning and they get a trip instead of presents. So we've done a variety of different trips and we have done Walt Disney World. But it's been after Festival of the Holidays has stopped. Sad.
So we'll talk about Festival of the Holidays in a second, but so at the parks, I would say the decorations are actually not super crazy because if you go
Mhm.
past like so Magic Kingdom, it has what is that like a 50-foot? I don't know. It's a
It's
huge
huge.
Christmas tree, and then down Main Street there's garland, there's decorations on the just down Main Street USA.
Mhm.
But the second you get past Main Street USA, the park is the park.
Yeah.
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 And same at Disneyland too. Like once you get past Main Street, then it's the regular park. So I don't know anybody who's like this, but for those of you who are not holiday people, exactly.
Oh.
Once you get past Main Street, it's a
Mhm.
regular park experience, except for a couple exceptions, which we'll get to. But most of the park is the same. Hollywood Studios, I would
Hollywood.
say Hollywood Studios too, right? That's your favorite park. You tell us about Hollywood Studios.
Hollywood Studios is not my favorite park.
Oh, it's not. Which is your favorite park? Magic Kingdom. You're a Magic Kingdom girly.
I'm a Magic Kingdom, very closely followed by Epcot.
Yeah.
Hollywood Studios used to be my third favorite park, but I am enjoying Animal Kingdom more. So Hollywood has actually gone down to my bottom.
Well, Hollywood Studios is one of my favorite holiday parks.
It has great decorations. I love the decorations for Hollywood Studios, and I do feel that it has a little bit more than Magic Kingdom does.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And
Mhm.
I like Magic Kingdom is very much your classic red, green, Christmas. It's classic.
Garlands.
At
Yeah.
Hollywood Studios, it's very much a vintage Christmas, which
Mhm.
I don't know, something about it, it just like so vibes with me, and I just love the vintage Christmas. Plus they do projections on Cinderella Castle at nighttime, and it makes
Mhm.
it like a holiday. Don't get me started about why we don't have the Christmas lights on the castle. Oh,
Oh, the dream lights?
yes.
Yeah.
Bring it back, Disney. I know you're listening. Bring back the dream lights.
Yeah.
But at Hollywood Studios, Tower of Terror, they do cool projections on that one too.
They're so cute.
They're so
They're so
cute.
cute.
Yeah, and I mean, they don't do Snoke.
When we get into the special events, we really need to talk about Jollywood and the
Oh, we
great
will.
things that they are doing this year. We'll get there. We'll get there.
We'll get there. But so decoration, and then Animal Kingdom is way more subtle, way
Mhm.
more subtle. You don't really see anything. But what I love at Animal Kingdom is the magical menagerie, the
Yes.
little Arctic animal puppets that they have.
Cute.
They're so cute, and it's
So
so
cute.
like ridiculous, but I love them.
Well, and I
Have
like
you
the
seen them?
yes, not in person. Not in
Oh,
person.
okay.
No, unfortunately. I like the like colors and theming of the Animal Kingdom Christmas decorations.
The
Like
blue and the white.
the blue and the white, and then the tree with like the subtle animal prints. And I think it's a whole vibe. Like
Yeah.
it's not a vibe that I'm going to decorate my house in. I'm a very much red, green, gaudy
Yeah.
girl. But I just love it.
Yeah. And
Mhm.
then Epcot has a lot more Christmas decorations, I would
Mhm.
say, like, but opposite. So like the front half of Epcot isn't, well, it is because it has once Festival of the Holidays start.
Yeah.
So once Festival Holidays start, the front of Epcot has all of those decorations, and then the back of Epcot has every park has a giant Christmas tree. So
Yeah.
Epcot has their giant Christmas tree, plus all of the countries are decorated. So Epcot is really the holiday, in my opinion, it's the holiday central.
I agree. Epcot doesn't have, like an after hours event, but with Festival
Doesn't
of the
need one.
Holidays, it
Yeah, it
doesn't need one. Yeah, that's what I was getting to. It doesn't need one. And being able to eat all the different Christmas festival, like holiday snacks, because
which
when you think about the holidays, you think about snacking. Like when you're going to have a gathering.
I think about cookies, but yeah.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? Like, you're like, oh, we're going to have a holiday party. What are we eating? And that's kind of like, oh, we're going to Disney for Christmas. What are we eating?
Well, so those are the parks, but then also the resorts, they all decorate for Christmas. They all have a Christmas tree. A couple standouts are Animal Kingdom Lodge and Wilderness Lodge. They have the puts Magic Kingdom's Christmas tree to shame, I feel like. They're huge. But in addition to that, so they all have Christmas trees, but that's kind of the extent what most resorts will do for decorations. However, Grand Floridian, Contemporary, Beach Club, Boardwalk, Animal Kingdom Lodge all have gingerbread displays.
Mm-hmm.
The best one being, have you seen any of the gingerbread displays?
No. Like, I'm telling you, we've only done the one holiday trip and we checked in New Year's Day. So like
the gingerbread displays would still be up.
Yeah, but we didn't go over there.
Okay, fair. So the life-size gingerbread house is at Grand Floridian. Cast members work inside of it and you can buy different gingerbread things. The gingerbread that they sell at Grand Floridian is not the same as the gingerbread they sell at Beach Club. They're different styles of gingerbread. Yes.
Which one do you prefer?
Not the one at Grand Floridian.
You do prefer that one?
No.
No. Okay, why?
No. Well, I don't like that they put a dark chocolate on the bottom of it. And it's also like, it's not the right gingerbread consistency. I like a chewy gingerbread consistency, but this one, it's not it is, but it's not. So it's just like, it's not right. I like the one at the Boardwalk. So Grand Floridian has the life-size gingerbread house, which beautiful. But I personally prefer the gingerbread display at the Beach Club because it's a working life-size carousel.
I love the carousel.
I love the carousel.
But I love all of them. And I also love, you probably know this. What happens to the gingerbread after the holidays? Do you know?
I know that they upcycle. I feel like it has something to do with bees, but you tell us.
There is a place on Walt Disney World property, because Walt Disney World Resort itself is a huge property with wildlife lands and stuff like that in the property. They take all of the gingerbread buildings, the carousel, the house and everything, and they have a bee colony, and it goes out there to feed the bees. And I love that. I love it.
I love that. But okay, so and the gingerbread carousel is a different theme every year. So if you've seen it once, you haven't seen it every time. So see it every time you go. The boardwalk will have like a boardwalk kind of stand thing. They usually call it like a deli, but it's a smaller display, but it's really cute. If you don't have a lot of time, I would say Grand Floridian and Beach Club. The Yacht Club, while it doesn't have a gingerbread display, does have a Christmas Village on display, which is cool for those Christmas Village fans. Yeah. And Animal Kingdom they will do a different Animal Kingdom Lodge. So that way you're not going to the park expecting a gingerbread display. Animal Kingdom Lodge has a giant giraffe zebra made out of gingerbread. And then the Contemporary, they'll have a different thing every year. I feel like theirs is a little underwhelming. This year it's Cinderella Castle. You can't really cast members aren't in it. Like, it's a big gingerbread display, but to me, it's like, it's a skip if you don't have a lot of time. And then this year, I think they're making a gingerbread display at EPCOT with the EPCOT ball and figment.
Really?
Yeah, they've done them before. Like when I've been before, they did in the American Adventure, they had a gingerbread replica of the Capitol building.
Cool.
But I think this year they're doing EPCOT and figment, and you can buy gingerbread tiles, like EPCOT Spaceship Earth tiles. So there's lots of gingerbread displays. I love them. Definitely check them out. So all the resorts are decorated. Some of them had gingerbread displays, but if you're not into the holidays, it can be avoided. It's not down your throat.
Yes, I agree. It's very subtle. Like, you can go and have a checklist and I want to do this and I want to do this and I want to do all the holiday stuff. Or if you just say, I'm going because this is what best fits our schedule, it doesn't have to feel super holiday at all.
Now at Disneyland, same thing. Main Street USA decorated. We're going to get into rides, so I'm going to save that for a minute. California Adventure has Festival of the Holiday, and that one is similar to EPCOT, where most of the park is decorated for it. They kind of keep it to Pixar Pier and back there, but most of the park is decorated there as well. They both have giant Christmas trees, which are, great. Cinderella Sleeping Beauty Castle is covered in snow, which
beautiful.
It's
beautiful.
Yeah, it's so cute. And does it have lights? It has lights, but not like the dream lights that RIP Cinderella Castle. And each resort, well, maybe not Pixar Place,
I
but
don't know if I've seen any Christmas content from Pixar Place.
yeah, and it's a new hotel, so they might not have figured their life out yet, but the Disneyland Hotel and the Grand Californian both have gingerbread displays that are always really good. They're not as big as the Grand Floridian, but they don't have as much space, so it's not as big. But they do both have displays and they both have decorations. So you're still going to get the holiday spirit at Disneyland, just like you would at Walt Disney World, just on a smaller scale because Disneyland is a smaller scale.
Exactly.
Makes sense.
Exactly.
Well, let's talk about special events. Which one do you want to dive into first?
What is your personal favorite decoration of all the decorations? I know mine.
That currently exists or RIP because it's Dreamlights. It's always Dreamlights.
Okay, current.
I mean, I really love the snow-covered castle at Disneyland. I like the gingerbread displays. They're fun, but when I see the snow-covered castle at Disneyland, it just makes me smile.
Mine is so simple. It's so simple, but it makes me so happy. The toy soldiers on Main Street. I love them. I don't know why. It's just something about that life-size toy soldier. I don't know. I love them.
Their suit, and they're iconic. Are they on my shirt? Yeah, they're no, are they?
I don't see them.
Oh.
Yeah. Like when I see those go up, like that means more like it's Christmas at Disney to me than the tree. I don't know why. Don't ask me. Can't explain it, but that's my favorite.
I love that. Which event do you want to talk about first?
Let's talk about Mickey's Very Merry.
Okay. Go for it.
So Mickey's.
It's a mouthful, man.
It is so hard to say. Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party generally starts around November 8th. November 9th is when we're going to see our first event. This is a special ticketed event, so it is an after hours event. So Magic Kingdom will close early for this party. This party is going to have the Christmas parade, which you at Walt Disney World specifically, you cannot see except for the week of Christmas. So one of my most frequently asked questions, I feel like, is how do we get to see the Christmas parade? And it is buy a ticket to Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party or go the week of Christmas. You're also going to have, I think there's 2 stage shows. One is the Frozen one whose name is fallen out of my head, and it's a small
really
one.
it's
like a little
but it's like a
cute.
5 thing. Yeah, it's cute.
I think it's really cute. And then you're going to have the big stage show with Mickey and friends. You're also going to have the cookie stroll. So like there is the trick-or-treating for Mickey's Not So Scary, there is the cookie stroll where there are, I think, about 5 to 6 different cookie offerings in Magic Kingdom, and they all come with a beverage. And
individually wrapped, so you don't have to, so you can stock up and take them home.
Yeah, because I probably couldn't eat 6 cookies in one night, but you can grab them. They're in little packages. You can throw them in your bag, and then you have cookies for when you get back to your resort. There are going to be a couple of rides that are going to have a holiday overlay at this party. The biggest one being Space Mountain. Space Mountain has a red and green light overlay, and I think it's music like well, you want to know what's in my head right now is Oppenheimer. And I'm like, that's not right.
Mannheim Steamroller.
That's the one.
But I mean, what you said made me know what you were trying to say. So
yes. And I think Teacups is going to have a little bit of a holiday overlay. Jungle Cruise has a holiday overlay, but that is all season long. And we'll talk about that one in a minute. But the big thing there is Space Mountain. You're only going to be able to see that Space Mountain holiday overlay at the Very Merry Christmas Party. And then the fireworks. I actually prefer the Minnie's Christmas time fireworks to the like Jack Skellington Halloween fireworks. I think that's a better fireworks show.
I saw both, and I don't know. I like Mickey's Not So Scary better, which is crazy because I'm a Christmas girl through and through. But also at the party, there's lots of character meet and greet opportunities that are unique for the party. So like the prince and princesses will meet together. Unique characters will be out. They'll be in specialty outfits. Jack Skellington is Sandy Claus. So lots of character meet and greets. Santa Goofy.
Oh, and Santa Goofy, yes.
And Santa Goofy. So there's lots to do at Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. We are, we love an after hours event. This one is one that like you do have to be strategic about. You do have to have a game plan for. We've done episodes on this party before, so check those out in our archives. But it's a fun special event. And it's not that the next one isn't family friendly, but this one is geared towards families specifically. A new event that debuted last year at Hollywood Studios is Jollywood Nights, and I have personally been to Jollywood Nights, so we can talk. And there is an episode about Jollywood Nights, so go check that out too, because we went really, really in detail. But this one is more so for the adult crowd, because it's going to have adult is the wrong word, because I feel like people are going to skew that to like super mature, but they have like dance parties, as in there are
a live
salsa
band.
Dancers. Yeah, live band with salsa dancers. There's a different live band at the Tip Top Lounge, which I love. She's such a good singer. Her name is Rachael. She is such a good singer, and it's like jazzy Christmas songs. They have tons of specialty cocktails, tons of character meet and greets, a cool not interactive, but like it's a crazy photo video thing that they do. They have a ice skating show. They have a Muppets, but it's not Muppets, Christmas stage show. They have Jingle Bell, Jingle Bam fireworks show. It's so much. And this is like Christmas threw up, and it is not selling out. So,
well, and the thing about Jollywood is when Jollywood premiered last year, it was a little rocky. People were saying, this ain't it. There's not enough stuff to do. There was not enough like things to draw the crowd. So all the crowds were in one location. Disney shifted and changed things so quickly. And now I'm hearing from people who are like, we prefer Jollywood's this year for 2025 for y'all watching it. 2024, y'all watching in the future, that Jollywood is getting higher reviews this year than Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party.
I said that last year, and I went to we did Jollywood Nights, and then the next night we did Mickey's Very Merry. I by and large prefer Jollywood Nights because they're not pushing capacity on Jollywood Nights like they are at Mickey's Very Merry.
Yeah.
Mickey's Very Merry, especially if you want to meet characters, there's lines everywhere, and it just is very, very, very congested. At Jollywood Nights, you would walk around the park, and it felt like COVID times.
We love that.
Like nobody was around except for, to those people's points. Yes, there were areas that were congested, like the Tip Top Lounge is always going to be congested because that live performer is amazing. And they had that cocktail lounge. And then there's lots of sections where stuff is going on. And it's just, to me, I think there needs to be some more freebies given, because at Mickey's Not Very Merry, you get the free cookie and cocoa. Yeah. You're not getting that at Jollywood Nights. So I still think they need to add a little bit of a plus factor, because the tickets are like the same price. But Jollywood Nights delivers on that vintage, elegant, because people dress up, people dress fancy, the elegant Christmas party that, people want. That's why I say it's more adult, because people do and don't, but there are people that'll dress to the nines and like glitz and glam old Hollywood. We did when we went, and it was so much fun. Yeah. But I think Jollywood Nights is a great addition. I think it has, a little ways to go, but it's solid right now.
I agree. And I've had people ask me, do you think that Jollywood is appropriate for my children? I do know that I had a family last year who took, I think, a 6-year-old and an 8-year-old to Jollywood. They absolutely loved it. They were doing a split stay between Disney and Universal, so they were real pressed on time for their Disney part. They were able to do so much stuff in Hollywood Studios that they ended up not going to Hollywood. They had a whole Hollywood studio day planned, and they're like, we rode everything. We still got the snacks. We still got to see some characters. We got everything done. So it bought them a little bit more time on their quick Disney trip.
Yeah, and if you do, again, you have to go in with a plan, but if your plan is to ride rides first and then do whatever's left over, like we always recommend just generic after hours events because you're able to get so much done. So same principle applies here. If that's what you want to do, prioritize what you want. So we prioritized characters and then all of the holiday specific entertainment, and we saved rides for last. We didn't have time for rides. But we did every other holiday thing that we wanted to do. So,
yep. You always have to kind of pick and choose with these events, like what is most important to you. And that we can help you with that. If you don't know, we can help you with that.
Because they sound long, but that time goes real fast. Boom. Yeah. So I'm going to save festival holidays for last. So Candlelight Processional. I love Candlelight Processional. There is 2 show times at Disneyland. That's it. At Disney World, it happens at EPCOT nightly, 3 times a night, and they have different celebrity narrators. I don't know who they all are this year. I didn't look, but there's a different celebrity narrator basically every other night, and it's the retelling of the birth of Jesus with a full orchestra and choir. Even if you're not a religious person, it is beautiful to listen to. It's great to hear if you just like being entertained and hearing a story, hearing beautiful music, that's great. In addition, it's a great story, but if I know a lot of people aren't religious, so just know that even if you're not, it's beautiful. I love it. I always go.
Yeah.
So you haven't seen it, right?
No, we haven't ever gotten to go during Festival of the Holidays when all the things are actually happening.
Yeah.
No.
So Candlelight Processional does happen at Disneyland, but don't plan your trip around it because we don't necessarily know when those dates are. But Epcot's obviously your better bet because it happens nightly, 3 times a night, and it's wonderful.
And you can do the Candlelight Processional reserved dining seating, which is what the majority of my clients want to do, because you are guaranteed a seat for the Candlelight Processional because they will fill up fast, especially if there's a really good speaker.
Yeah, I was there for Neil Patrick Harris and John Stamos. Forget about it.
Yeah, you weren't getting in.
No. I mean, so also you can do a walk-up Candlelight Processional at Regal Eagle if the sit-down dining packages aren't sold out.
Oh, I did not know there was a caveat to that.
I didn't either until we tried to go for Neil Patrick Harris and John Stamos. And we learned that if the Candlelight Processional dining packages are sold out, they do not do it at the walk-ups.
And that, it makes sense, but I don't like it because I personally, unless I'm going to Akershus to see the princesses, I don't really want to do a sit-down dining reservation at Epcot, especially when there's a festival going on, because I want to snack. I want to try all of the specialty items. So yeah, that's a little stinky.
Which is why we were like, oh, Regal Eagle, great, because we like Regal Eagle. It's not like a huge meal, so we can still do festival stuff. So there is a caveat to that. So if you're going during a popular person, and you want to have for sure a seat, then definitely get.
Yeah, because I looked just the other day for somebody and we were pretty late on our booking window, but they had decided that they wanted to add the Candlelight Processional. Garden Grill and Coral Reef had so many times because those are restaurants that typically do not book up. Yeah.
No. Well, before we go to Epcot Festival of the Holidays, Disney's Park also has a Festival of the Holidays. Everything at California Adventure is smaller. So they have 6 booths. The booths, I looked at the menus and I'm actually super not impressed. I've been twice before and I've been able to find like a couple things. I wouldn't say this is like I have to go to Disneyland for this because
Yeah.
it's really for the locals. It's something fun for the locals. But they have in the back, they have a little small parade that they do, which is more like celebrating Mexican. What is it called? It has a name, but it's like celebrating Mexican Christmas.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, how it's celebrated in Mexico. So they have the beautiful dancers. They have these weird like skeleton things that it's very culturally appropriate for how they celebrate the holidays. And I love it. I'm here for it. And then, like I said, they have the food booths. They have specialty churros, which we all know are
Love a churro.
the
From
best
Disneyland.
churros. At Disneyland. Yeah, but California Adventure is where you'll get the specialty ones because Disneyland doesn't do them really as much. They brought back the Fluffernutter churro, which is my favorite one. So yeah, California Adventure, they have a festival of the holidays. It's cute. It's not as big an event to me as it is at EPCOT. So let's talk about EPCOT. EPCOT Festival of the Holidays is amazing. There's, I can't remember how many booths. Let's say maybe at least 15. And each one celebrates a different cultural foods of the holidays. So like Mexico will have tamales, which we're in the South. We look forward to the holiday tamales. Okay.
Yep.
They have a L'chaim booth, which has, Jewish foods. They have Bavaria, which has my favorite spiced wine, Glühwein wine. So not all of the countries, but there's multiple cultures and countries represented. Italy's always a skip.
Yeah. Italy just can't do fast food. That's what it is.
I mean, Italy can. The Italy booth at EPCOT.
The actual country of Italy.
Yeah. So the food is a huge, huge, huge draw. However, what I love most about Festival of the Holidays is the storytellers. Do you want to tell us about the storytellers?
So the storytellers are all in all of the different countries, and they are going to tell stories of Christmas traditions and Christmas stories that are for that country. And, really, really cool.
You know what? They're not in all of them. Canada doesn't have one. Morocco doesn't have one. And China. So China and Japan, they don't celebrate Christmas the same as, the Americanized version. So what China has is the lion dancers, which is beautiful. Beautiful, but they don't perform all the time. So like check your times guides for that. And then in Japan, she's not necessarily a holiday. She is, but she isn't. I forget the story that she tells, but she's super fascinating to me. My favorite, because you haven't done it, so I'll talk about them. I have two favorites. I love Pierre Noel in France because he's a skinny Santa and he's just like the cutest little Santa ever. And then I love the barn Santa in Norway.
So I'm laughing because if you cannot tell, I'm a parent and it is hard to travel in the month of December. Okay. And we have made a rule that we do not travel on Christmas until our kids are older. So a lot of this stuff I have not experienced. Right. And so we all share content with each other. So whenever Rachel goes, she shares her photos with the agency so we can use them as needed. All of her photos are of these two Santas, all of them. And one other thing, of Donald in his Christmas gear. So like, I know if Rachel's going to Festival of the Holidays, I'm just going to see more photos of the skinny Santa, barn Santa, and Donald. That is why
there's also La Bonfana is also there. I do enjoy La Bonfana, the Christmas witch in Italy, because she's crazy.
And it's also going to be Rachel's cookies because they're
my Glühwein wine and my cheese fondue. Always and forever.
Oh, I'm dead.
Yeah. If you don't get 50 photos of Donald a trip, you're doing it wrong.
What are you doing?
That's all I have to say. If I don't get multiple Donald hugs, it's the worst trip ever.
I really wish I was not so busy this time of year. Like, I wish that, I could carve out some time. It just never happened.
Festival of the Holidays is my number one because like it's not just the food, it's a combination of, I love holiday traditions. I'm fascinated by other people's cultures and how they
Same.
celebrate different things. So learning about the different cultures' holiday stuff is fascinating to me. Plus all the special holiday food, obsessed with that. Plus candlelight processional, like it's just so much. And this is my small tangent. This is why food and wine festival used to be my favorite, because they'd have cooking seminars, demonstrations, educational. They had all this stuff that went around food, and I love food. It was very informative and interesting. They don't have any of that anymore. So food and wine festival is my least favorite festival now. Festival of the holidays, number 1. Festival of the arts, number 2.
I forgot what I was going to say. I had something to say. Oh, I remember. Okay. So do you feel like you can properly experience all of this at EPCOT in one day?
Absolutely not.
Okay. That was my question. There is not a time. There's only 1-2 times a year that I really recommend park hoppers. This time of year is one of these for that reason, and for the fact that Magic Kingdom and Hollywood Studios will be closing early several nights, possibly for your trip.
Well, and Animal Kingdom closes really early because it gets dark early.
It gets dark early.
But EPCOT stays open until 9. So let's say the first full day you're at EPCOT, you do everything for the festival. You see all the storytellers, and if you go in the correct order, you can go like one to the other, to the other, to the other, and then eat all the food. And then the next time you can park hop and do candlelight processional, then go back to the things that you missed. You need minimum 1 full day, and you're not going to see it all, but I say 1.5 minimum. 1.5 minimum.
Agree. Okay. Yeah, I wanted to throw that in there.
Yeah. Festival of Holidays, I love it. And there's a lot of other stuff that I think we've covered in previous episodes about Festival of the Holidays. So go back in the archives and check it out, because I know Katie mentioned the cookie stroll. There's a hide and seek thing. So there's a lot of stuff within that. But the highlight is the storytellers and the food, obviously. Yeah. So holiday entertainment, what we mean by holiday entertainment is just kind of more generic. So I know Katie mentioned already the parade at Walt Disney World, but there's also a holiday parade at Disneyland that happens all the time. This parade is, I swear to God, 20 years old. But if you've never seen it before, it's new to you.
Yeah.
It's cute. It's fine. It's a holiday parade. They also do the holiday overlay for the fireworks, or projections, depending on what's happening. And then, Kate, have you done the Christmas tree stroll at Disney Springs? Did they not have it when you went?
Well, it was probably there. We need a redo of our one Christmas trip that we have done, because that was our Disney Universal split stay. And when you do a Disney Universal split stay, you are pressed on time. So we normally go to Disney Springs on arrival day. I believe for that trip we went to Ohana instead. So we did not get to Disney Springs for that particular trip. So I didn't get to see the trees.
Well, the Christmas tree stroll, it's cute. These are like 12-foot trees. They're not the gigantic trees that you find at the parks, but they're all themed. So sometimes they're themed around movies, sometimes they're themed around it's different Disney stuff that they're themed around. And they're quote unquote hidden. So the Christmas tree stroll at Disney Springs, it's a free activity, and you just find them.
Yeah.
And it's cute, and it's free because Disney Springs is a free outdoor shopping and dining area. So this is a great thing to do on a rest day or your arrival day if you get in early enough. We love a Disney Springs day.
We do. We do. Everyone should have one.
And Disney Springs is decorated for the holidays too.
Well, and what I haven't seen the trees in person, but I have watched lots of videos of the trees. And the fun thing about them is there's lots of little hidden Easter eggs, and you have to really look close at the decorations of to see all the fun little extras on them.
Yeah, exactly. We love a good hidden Easter egg as well.
Yeah, we do.
Yes. So that's kind of generic entertainment. Holiday overlays on the rides. We kind of talked about this already. Have you experienced any of these?
Just Jingle Cruise.
Okay, well, tell us about Jingle Cruise.
Okay, so Jingle Cruise, when you even just walk into the queue, it's going to have holiday theming. They're going to change the sign where it doesn't even say Jungle Cruise anymore. It says Jingle Cruise. All the cute little things that you're going to see in the queue, they're going to be replaced. Like I've seen one that says like holiday menu, and it has little punny jokes and stuff like that. So as you're going on the ride, there's going to be more holiday stuff. Like the scene where all the packages are strewn about, those are all going to be presents. And it's really, really cute. Like,
and the jokes are Christmas jokes.
And the jokes are Christmas jokes. I love Jungle Cruise. It's one of my favorite things. Like I've had a bad skipper before, but if you have a good skipper, you can ride that
Skipper
thing
makes
over
or
and over.
breaks. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, skipper makes and breaks it for sure. Love Jungle Cruise / Jingle Cruise.
Jingle Cruise.
Mm-hmm.
So Space Mountain is only during the party, and like we said, it's the music and the lights. Cosmic Rewind also has music, which
that's
I completely forgot about. Yeah,
yes.
So Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind will also do holiday music. So but that's like during the day. Space Mountain is only during Mickey's Very Merry, and then the last two. Have you experienced Haunted Mansion Holiday?
No.
Okay. That's right, because you only went in May, and okay.
Yeah,
I have to check because if you've experienced it, I want to let you talk about it. But
no, I have not. And it's so funny because we do a trip every Christmas. Like that's what my kids get for Christmas. But like this year, we're not going until the second week of January because we're going on a cruise. Which don't let them watch this because ruin the surprise.
All right, so Haunted Mansion Holiday, it actually starts during the Halloween season because it's an overlay for Haunted Mansion in Disneyland only, and it's Nightmare Before Christmas overlay. So Nightmare Before Christmas is a Halloween and a Christmas movie, so this overlay stays until January, and it's exactly like the one at Halloween. There's a gingerbread haunted, I don't know, there's a Nightmare Before Christmas gingerbread in the ballroom scene, and then it's just it's the whole thing is Nightmare Before Christmas. You go and the ride is 0% the same.
Yeah,
like the track is the same, but everything is Haunted Mansion.
I haven't experienced it, but it looks incredible.
I mean, I am not at all a Nightmare Before Christmas fan, but I do enjoy the overlay because it's so well done. It's so immersive, and it makes it a very unique experience. So even if you're not a Nightmare Before Christmas fan, it is great to experience and just be like, oh wow, this ride is not the same at all. Yeah, it's really cool. But my favorite thing, yours is Jingle Cruise, obviously.
Yeah.
Mine is It's a Small World Holiday. First of all, at night, the whole white, because at Disneyland, it's a big, beautiful white facade.
It's so much prettier. Like Justice for Orlando. Like they got gypped over the It's a Small World for sure. Yeah.
It's a Small World at Disneyland. If you're It's a Small World hater, it's because you haven't done it at Disneyland. I'm just going to tell you that right now. So the facade is, gigantic and white. For the holidays, it's covered in Christmas lights, and it lights up beautifully with Christmas lights. And when it gets dark, they will do projections, little cute, silly holiday projections. It's either every 15 or every 30 minutes. It's so fun. However, the ride is holiday threw up everywhere. It's amazing. You go in and you're like, this is not the same ride. There's holiday magic everywhere on the ride, and this is only during the holiday season. So this starts, I think, November 15th and goes until like January, mid-January. So it is super, super limited time, but it's so good.
Can we talk about that? Sidebar.
Yeah.
Halloween starts at the parks in August. Okay.
Not at Disneyland.
Not at Disneyland, but Walt Disney World, it starts in August. Okay. And it runs through October 31st on the dot. Last year in 2023, they even tried to be sneaky and do that one Mickey's Not So Scary on November 1st. And we were all mad, right? We're like, no.
Huh?
Christmas literally will start. Like, I would say everything is ready to go. Like November 8th through mid-November, right? And then it stops. I would be fine with them extending stuff out into January.
Well,
I,
Magic Kingdom still has the holiday decorations up until after marathon weekend.
yes, they're still up, but like, it's just not long enough. Like, we need a little bit more time, you know, for me personally, and other people who are in the same boat, that like from here on out, it is 2 days before Thanksgiving currently. My weekends are booked until after Christmas. Like, it is boom, 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 boom.
Well,
And
I wish Festival of the Holidays started earlier because I mean, there's really no reason for Food and Wine Festival to go. Well, it used to start in September, so that it was a shorter festival. But now that it starts in like August, you could end Food and Wine Festival with Halloween, and
you
then
could,
start Festival of the That's my like I understand why they stopped Christmas after Christmas. I understand that. If they would just make Festival of the Holidays start earlier, done.
I agree. I agree completely, because I can get more time in my schedule in November. But once we get into this time period right here, there is no time.
Yeah.
I wish there was time, you know.
Yeah. Exactly. And that's the unfortunate reality of the holiday season is you really don't have time to always experience it. So, but one day you will, and one day you'll realize, well, for yourself, because by proxy
Yeah.
you understand, but like there's something different about experiencing it for yourself. Yeah.
Mhm.
So, favorite seasonal snacks. I already said churros. Churros.
Mine is the gingerbread salted caramel cookie. Like, it's
The sandwich one.
the sandwich one from Caramel Couche.
Yeah, they have that longer than just at Christmas.
It's only gingerbread
No,
at
I
Christmas.
just bought it.
It is snickerdoodle
Nope.
through the rest of the year.
No, it's not. I just bought it in November and brought it
I'm
home.
telling you, it is different in the springtime than it is in the wintertime.
Yes, it is. It's not year round anymore, but it's not only during Christmas.
Okay. Well, it's still my favorite thing. It's
No,
like my favorite thing in the
you are
whole world.
correct. It is
Yeah.
divine. You are not mistaken. However, it is available longer than just Festival of the Holidays.
Okay. Well,
that's
of course
good
it is.
news.
I've never been to Festival of the Holidays, and I've had it. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's good news. So seasonal churros are my favorite. Really, I don't like the seasonal stuff that they do at Walt Disney World because it's always disgustingly overly sweet, not well done. Like in life, I have lots of holiday treats that I like. At Walt Disney World, I agree with you. I really feel like outside of Festival of the Holiday, the only thing I like is that gingerbread, ginger snap. Yeah, that it's freaking delicious. I always buy one and bring one home. I should buy two, but they don't.
I have a
they don't-
copycat recipe if you want it.
I do have one, but like I don't want to do it.
It's not that hard. You could do it.
It's time consuming. I don't want to do it. I have to make the caramel. I have to make the icing, and I have to make the cookie. I'll just keep it as a nice treat.
You're like, I'll just catch a flight for all that effort. I will just catch a flight and run into EPCOT real fast.
Yeah, or you can make me one and send it. I don't want to do all that work. That's too much work.
Not sure buttercream will ship in the mail, but I'll try.
I mean, it's cold now. Maybe.
Maybe.
So, I mean, do you kind of agree? Have you seen any of the menus where you're like, oh my God, if this was available, I would die?
There is one thing, and it's the Jollywood Nights exclusive, and I'm going to try this weekend to copy it, and it's the Thanksgiving popover. I'm going to try to copycat that at home because I'm very much a Thanksgiving girly. I will cook my own, like we will go to the family on Thursday. I will come home this weekend and I am going to cook a full Thanksgiving dinner for just the four of us because I love Thanksgiving turkey so much and I like to have my own.
I liked that one. I liked more the food that they had at the ABC commissary, like the Latin flavors, the yuca fry and the quesadilla taco. Jollywood Nights had some really good food. Jollywood Nights had some really good food. They also had a really good cocktail. But yeah, there's not really anything like at Disneyland. Like I said, that I always will zero in on the seasonal churros because anytime they do a churro, it's great. I was talking to Frank last night, and one of the churros is a popcorn one.
Oh,
I'm intrigued and disgusted at the same time.
You would probably really like that because remember when we went, they had the one with the potato chip and you were obsessed
loved
with it.
Yeah,
And I
that's
didn't
why I'm like,
get
I'm
one.
intrigued, but also like grossed out because it has caramel on it.
Oh,
Yeah,
you don't like caramel popcorn?
It has to be well done.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But so that one, and then like I said, the fluffernutter, and then they also had a Dutch apple pie one.
Oh, I don't do cooked fruit.
Okay.
It's a texture thing. I'm just not a cooked fruit type person. Like I love fruit, but like I want fruit in its original form.
Okay, that's fair. Then you would hate that churro because it's topped with the apple pie filling. So,
but I think it sounds great around the apples because I like the flavor of the apple pie filling, but I don't like the apple. It's weird.
Well, that would be easy because it's a topper, so you can just like slide it off, and you'll still have like the filling.
And then I could dip it in the
okay.
Yeah. I mean, that's like my only weird food thing is like cooked fruit. Don't ask me why.
I mean, you said it's a texture change. That's fair.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair. Okay, so let's talk about we talked tons of pros for traveling during the holiday season, right? Amazing. Give us the cons.
Okay. So it's a very busy time of year. It's busy for us in life and it's busy at the parks. Okay. You are going to see increased crowd size. Does that mean that you are going to have a bad time? No, it doesn't. It just means that you need to be a little bit more careful with your planning. It is a great time to utilize the service of us or someone like us to help you know what your priorities are, what you have to make sure you do, good, park strategy, good where to slip out of the crowds, where to have some places that are quiet to rest, things like that. It's also
and also if you have flexibility in your overall travel calendar, there are pockets of amazing times to go, but you have to work with a TA travel agent to know what those are, but there are pockets, but overall, yes, it is mentally prepare yourself for busy.
The pockets are changing rapidly as well, because once something becomes common knowledge of, hey, this is a good week to go, you put that on a TikTok and 50,000 people see it. Well, now 50,000 people know, hey, this is a good week.
Well, and not just that, but people are now more comfortable with taking their kids out of school, which I think is totally fine. But, pre-2020, you would not take your kids out of school at all. Absolutely not. But now there's a little bit more flexibility there. So people are more willing to take their kids out of school. Plus with the social media, like both, it's a perfect storm. So yes, the pockets are disappearing, but it's still better. The pocket is still better than like Christmas week.
I don't think they're disappearing. I think they shift. I think they are shifting constantly post-COVID. And just because something was a good week last year does not mean it's going to be a good week this year. So it's very important to have us look at what we think is going to be going on that week and what could drive up bookings and have the parks and the resorts feel more crowded. Exactly. One of the biggest things that I feel like people do not know is that from Christmas Day to January 1st is the one time of the year for Walt Disney World that there is no promos available. There is absolutely nothing that is going to bring down the price of your vacation package. So it can be a very expensive time to travel to Walt, and the most expensive time of the year.
Yeah, it can be. It is literally the most expensive week of the year.
Yeah. But there's also ways around that. There are promos all the way up till Christmas Day. That is when the promos are going to stop. So I don't know what I was going to say there.
Well, I mean, and also, just know that going in, if that's the week that you can go, that's the week that you can go. Fantastic. We'll make it work. But I'm big on setting expectations of, okay, if this is the week that you're going to go, prepare yourself for super, super high crowd levels. If that's fine with you, then great, let's make this work. If that's not fine with you, then we need to look at other dates. So aside from an increased overall cost and increased crowds, we really don't have any complaints because the weather's great.
Yeah.
The events are great. It's the holidays. Like really the only cons are, and I mean, they're kind of big cons. Overall increased cost and overall increased crowds. And most people care about the crowds piece, you know, the vacation cost with the vacation cost. More people care about how busy it's going to be.
But it doesn't, the increased crowds does not mean that you are going to have a bad time. Our one and only holiday trip, like I told you, we checked in New Year's Day. This was back during park pass reservations were still a thing, right? Hollywood Studios and Magic Kingdom were completely blacked out. All the park pass reservations were gone for those 2 days. We wrote everything we wanted to do. That was still when we had our friend Jeannie Plus, RIP. And because I had a good park strategy and I knew how to work Genie Plus, we still did everything we wanted to do, you know, so it should not scare you from going during this time if it is your dream to experience Walt Disney World or Disneyland during the holidays.
Because it is a lot of people's dream, and I support it. It's a great dream. It's a doesn't hurt anybody kind of dream.
Exactly.
So when you're ready to talk about your holiday vacation, we are actually booking through December of 2025. And the earlier you book your trip, the better pricing and availability you'll get. So we highly recommend booking as soon as you have an inkling that you want to go. It's only a $200 deposit, and that's a very inexpensive Christmas gift.
Yeah.
I already have people booking for next year to give as a Christmas gift for this year. So hit us up. Our socials are in the bottom, or go to alonzi-travel.com/take-the-trip. Make sure to like, follow, subscribe. Drop any comments if you have any questions about holidays or what have you. We can't wait to help you. Anything else that I missed, Katie?
Nope, you got it all. Merry Christmas.
Until next time, happy holidays, and we'll have another fun episode in 2 weeks.
Bye.
Bye.